Hey everyone, welcome back to Brit's Loving Life. My name is Brittany, and I'm really excited to dive into today's topic, which is the top 5 ways to leverage your skill set to make money online. I think this is something that a lot of people could use right now, and we're going to discuss how to recognize what skills you can leverage, and then if you're struggling to find what skill sets you can use, well, I'll give you some tips on how to find them. We're going to give some implementation, some tools, and ideas on how to think bigger. Thank you so much for listening. I do just want to take a second to say, if you find any value in today's content, I really hope you consider subscribing, leaving a rating, or even finding me on social media at Brit's Loving Life. I would love to connect there. All right, so we're going to just start diving right into this. Let me preface this with saying we're going to walk through this. You can come in with two different agendas here, right? Either finding some income, just supplemental income on top of your job. You're not looking to build a big business around this. You're just looking to bring in some extra income. You can also look at it through the lens of bigger long-term purpose. This is something you do want to do long-term. You want to grow on it. You want to really build a business around it. And so both are fine, whatever area that you are in your life right now. These tools are going to help you to at least start that foundation. So with that, I always look at the big picture. So if you're thinking big, think, how can I systemize this? How can I grow? And we'll get through that. But let's start with the foundation. So how do you recognize what skill sets are worth money? How do you recognize what skill sets you can bring to the table to charge clients for and start offering services about? When you think about it, small business owners have so many different things on their plate. And so oftentimes they need to outsource these projects to other people who have that skill set. Maybe they're not skilled enough in it, or even if they are, they don't have enough time to do it themselves. So that's where you come in. So I want you to start thinking, maybe you already have an idea of what those skills are, but let's start by writing those down. What are those skill sets? Maybe even write down 5 to start, and then we're going to narrow it down to 1. I want you to be focused on 1, grow it, and maybe you can add the rest in at a later time. But to get you started, we're going to focus on 1 and really work towards getting clients and income or whatever avenue that it is you're going to use. Now, I promised that I would give you ideas on how to find whatever that skill set is if you don't already have one figured out. If you're listening to the podcast, I am going to do a screen share. You can go find this on YouTube and watch the video. If you just want to listen, I'll verbalize it. You can check out the website for yourself, but I am going to do a quick screen share just to show an example of how to kind of trigger some ideas in your head about what type of skills you can charge for. So we're going to go to Fiverr.com, and we'll discuss this later on when we talk about freelancing. But Fiverr is a website in which you can offer your services in exchange for money. We'll walk through that later. Right now I'm just showing you how to find different skill set ideas. Here at the top of Fiverr.com, you can see all the different categories. These are like the bigger categories, but if you hover over them, for example, trending, the little fire signal that's telling you these are some good services that that are in high demand. Businesses need these, and so that could be a great place to start. Take a look through all the different offerings. You got publishing a book, book design, book editing, creating a website, e-commerce, dropshipping, WordPress. You can get niched down in any of these. So if it's Shopify, maybe dog related, or all of these. And niching down is going to help you to get clients faster. Graphic and design. Hovering over that, you can see just how many different offerings there are within each of these categories: digital marketing, channel specific methods, techniques, writing, translation, all the different projects in which you can offer that service for. So take a scan. If you're struggling with what to offer, this is a great way to just start getting an idea. If you click one, say book and ebook writing, for example, you'll see these are the offerings. Now, I do want to pause here for just a minute and talk about the realistic expectations here. So especially if we're coming in as a freelancer and we're offering services on a freelance website like Fiverr, you're going to see some different pricing here. This is going to be more of a competitive market. And I will also say, even if you're starting your own business separate from this, where you can charge a little more for your services as opposed to here where it's a little more competitive and now you've got to kind of combat with other people. Regardless, I know there's a lot of information out there about, oh, make money online, make $10,000 a week, make $10,000 your first month doing this. And I want to set the realistic expectation that that's not always the case, right? We got to understand that business and building a clientele can take time. Although I'm not saying that couldn't happen for anyone, there's obviously cases in which that can happen. But let's set that realistic expectation that it's going to take time, it's going to take building, and it's going to take a lot of effort to really get out there. There's a lot of competition out there, and that's why there's the importance of niching down is going to help you better find your clients. And people say, for example, I talked about dog-related Shopify websites. If you're really good at building Shopify websites, you now have such a niche target of dog-specific brands. You know the dog community. You understand how those buyers think, and so you can put that into your build-out when you're working with those types of clients. Niching down is going to help you understand how to find those clients. And then from there, and we'll dig into this, there's different ways that you can actually go and find those clients. So I just wanted to take a minute to set that expectation because I know there's a lot of people who, they want your clicks, they want your views, and they want to push out there that you're going to make a lot of money really quickly. And again, I'm not saying that can't happen, but let's be realistic. Set maybe a goal. Set a goal of what you would hope to accomplish, whether you come underneath that goal or above it, and that'll just kind of give you some idea of how to really start pushing this forward going forward. All right. So now we found it. I gave you some ideas on how to find it if you're not sure what those skill sets are. Let's kind of talk about now the different ways in which you can utilize your skill set. So you found your skill. Let's implement. Okay, we're going to go through 5 different ways. The first one was freelancing, and this is a way of serving other business owners, and that's the site that I was just showing you, which is Fiverr.com. There's another one called Upwork.com. Upwork is a little different in a sense. Both of them you can post a gig. So as you saw when I clicked on the book and editing, you post a gig. So in exchange for, say, $50, you will complete whatever task. You'll set your prices. You can look at other people's gigs to get ideas on how to set your pricing if you're going on one of these marketplaces. Think of like Amazon. People can go on and sell their products. This is you selling your service. So Fiverr.com, Upwork.com, both great ways to get some exposure for the services you're offering as a freelancer. You can also work direct by just contacting businesses yourself and finding clients that way. But freelancing, you're just an independent contractor. You're offering a service. I will say the difference with Upwork, you can also find and apply to jobs. So if I was a business owner and I posted that I need a copywriter and it's a long-term contract, so I need you to write blog posts every month or however many hours a week. You can go find like longer term contracts through there. You can find just gig related and then again post your profile. So take a look at both of those. Those are great ways to get exposure, but again, there's a lot of competition. Oftentimes, if you go and build it out yourself, you may even be able to charge more. We'll get to that. All right, next would be coaching. So you have your skill set, you're very confident in it, you've performed that task time and time again, you're really good at it, and you don't want to necessarily do like the behind the scenes work, but you do know how to do it very well. You've made a lot of money doing it. Now let's coach somebody else. So you can still use your skill set and teach other people. It's your way of serving and giving back and helping somebody else leverage that same skill set and make money off of it. This, it's just a great way to really help others, right? You've already been there, and now you get the opportunity to help the next person. I love that. Digital products is another one. So you've got your skill set. Now let's create either an ebook, maybe an information book, workbook. You can also create templates. So templates can be helpful for lots of businesses or people, busy professionals. You can create all sorts of different types of digital templates, financial calculators, or even presentation graphics. Say if you work in real estate, I'm in real estate as a real estate investor, but we create presentations and such. So maybe you know how to properly put one of those presentations together, and you can create a template around that and sell it. You can sell digital downloads on your own website. Excuse me for that, the speaker turning off. You can create your own website, or you can even find like Etsy.com. You can post some of those products. There's a few other options out there. All right, next would be an online business. So as I mentioned, freelance amplified. So now we're going to think in terms of building a business. Think of a pyramid, right? This is thinking, okay, I'm going to grow the business, structure the business in a way like I'll take care of A, B, and C eventually, or right now I can outsource or hire employees to take care of. For example, let's say you create online courses for people. They give you the content, and then you have a copywriter, you have graphic designer on the team, you have video editors, all the above, right? So this is building a team, thinking bigger, and scaling the business upwards. You're at the top, owning the business, growing the business. Maybe even you'll start off by doing all of it, but the idea is to think bigger and scale and really grow a strong business. This is obviously going to be for somebody who's not just looking for like small side income. You could keep it small, but ideally, if you're just looking for some extra money, go to the freelance sites. And then if you're looking to build something bigger, really think and consider about building your own business. And through that, you're probably going to want to look for building a brand, building your own identity, and really start pushing yourself in different marketing strategies outside of just those freelance sites. And you can get your first clients from there, grow bigger into different marketing strategies so that you're doing more direct business and you can charge a little more through that. All right. Last would be content creation. So such as this that I'm doing now, YouTube or doing a podcast or TikTok videos, whatever it may be. You can create content around that skill set, teach on it, or provide people tools on it, whatever it is. Walk people through your day-to-day process of whatever it is, right? There's a lot of different ways that you can structure or build content around your skill set. You'll see, again, a lot of people who say, make this much money in your first month doing content creation. Again, it takes time to build on a foundation. It takes time to build your audience. So that's not going to be day one, you're going to make millions of dollars, right? Let's set those realistic expectations. I would assume, and from what I've seen, both in my experience and other people's experiences, content creation is going to take a little longer to get there and make it kind of a side income, as opposed to some of the others where you can see some income coming in a little quicker. All right. So now we've got the skill set. We have the different ways in which we can leverage that skill set to make some money online. Now, as we walk through these, I would like you to start like making notes. You know, pick your one skill set, pick how you're going to leverage that. Now let's think about the bigger purpose behind it. Again, you're going to probably put more work into this if you're looking for long-term income, you're looking to really build this, really scale on it, and really have a stronger foundation versus if you're just like, oh, I just need some extra income for a couple months. This probably won't be as important to you, but I would still consider how can you do this to kind of give you a leg up and kind of give yourself, people see this when you're working with them. And that's thinking bigger in terms of bringing strong values to the work that you're doing. How can you really serve this client? How can you really serve them and provide a quality service? How can you stand out with honesty, with integrity, and really nurturing a strong relationship so that you can get repeat business, so you can get referrals, so you can maybe even start building an affiliate program, get people excited about your business so that they want to refer and help you grow your business. So when I'm saying think bigger in terms of values and your mission, that's what I mean. Building community. That's what my whole theme of my podcast and YouTube channel is about building stronger, better communities and being more purpose driven. And so again, as I mentioned, that can be implemented even if you need a couple months of income, right? Because it helps you stand out from somebody who's just thinking about the profit or the money side of it. It can help you come in with a little more intentionality and have those conversations with your clients. I like that perspective. I love the perspective of thinking purpose, right? And I think it's vitally important if you're looking to build bigger business. So let me just say, if you're looking for some tips on that, I've got a couple of videos that I posted previously that you may want to take a look at on how to bring values into your business. That's a good one for if you're looking to really build a strong brand. And then another video that I posted that was on building systems that serve more than just yourself. So systems are going to be the foundation, especially when you're starting out. That's the best time to start building systems in your business because as you scale, again, this is going to be more so for if you're building a business and not just doing some freelance services. As you scale, those systems are going to serve more than just you, your employees, your customers are going to see it. So just recommend those if you want to take a look. All right. So as we do this, I just want you to think of that bigger picture. Some of the sources that I did recommend today, I'll just kind of quickly glance through those again. Fiverr, Upwork. If you're looking to build a website, I recommend Shopify if you're doing like kind of e-commerce style. Wix is another good one that I've used. Click, drag and drop features. I think it's very easy to start your own website through there. I buy my domains through Namecheap and then just connect them through that. Canva is a fantastic tool. If you haven't used it, it is your best friend when you're just getting started. If you can't hire a graphic designer, it's got a lot of templates and tools. And as I suggested earlier about creating your own digital templates, you can create templates for Canva if I'm not mistaken. But it's a great tool for just getting started and putting some graphics together. Even if you're doing freelancing, put some graphics together to put on your profile and stand out from the rest. If you are building your own business or need your own payment processor, I've used Stripe. They're all right. They're pretty good. But like Shopify, you obviously can just use the Shopify built-in one. Monday and ClickUp are great for either a CRM, which is a client relationship manager. Super important if you're going to be working with a lot of clients. And This is going to be, again, if you're outside of the freelance websites. But it's also great for task management and project management if you're trying to track all your different logistics behind the scenes of it. All right. So that's what I got today for you today. I hope that was valuable. I hope that gives you a little bit of direction on how to really start leveraging that skill set or finding that skill set. And I want to leave you with a Bible quote, which I think really enhances on this, is Romans 12:6, which says, "We have different gifts according to the grace given to us." It's just, we all have something special about us that we can provide and use that in a way to impact, again, communities, other people's businesses, or their busy lives. So go in with intention, go in with more of a purpose, and rather than just profits at the end of the day, and the profits will follow. I promise you that. All right. Thanks for listening. Thank you so much for your time tonight. May you walk with purpose and may you grow in grace. And I believe in you. You're going to do great. And share your comments down below. Let me know how your journey's going. And we'll see you in the next one.